All right, guys, how's it going? Before we get into this video, just want to let you know that I've updated Golazo Espana today. 3 videos on there. 1 video on the Duncan Oldham channel, which is the morning briefing. The links to those channels are in the video description, and they will pop up on the end of the screen if you want more of me. All right. How's it going? You all right? So we're going to talk about Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak, right? And it's not an exciting video. There's no new developments in this video. I'm not a Twitter twat or out like that. So these videos, I record my videos for what I consider my friends on here. So if you're here looking to knock one out over a bit of news, you're wasting your time. All right, so you might as well log off now. So before recent tragic events at Anfield, we were talking about the striker situation. People say, what do you think is going to happen, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And I remember the last time we really spoke about strikers, before the developments of this week, I said to you guys, I think Ekitike is the most likely striker target at the moment. Emphasize that these things can change all the time, right? Because earlier this year, I would have said Benjamin Sesko. As you know, they had talks in February, but for whatever reasons, Liverpool didn't follow up on that. And like I say, a few weeks back, I would have said Ekitike sounds the most reasonable. But I also said, and I got shot down for it by some people, that I thought that we would make a cheeky offer for Alexander Isak, or make it known. Do you know what I mean? That we really want you. And I think that message was amplified on Tuesday. I think that's why that was out there. I thought that would happen later in the window. I didn't think it would happen now, to be honest. So people, now are saying, so if we sign Ekitike, right, you know what I'm like with names. I have to give people nicknames to remember them. Is that it? Does that mean the Alexander Isak situation is finished? I don't think so. I've seen some people saying, are Liverpool using this club and this interest to try and get this deal? And so I don't think so. I genuinely think that Liverpool, in recent weeks, identified Ekitike as being the deal they could make happen. I think that the Isak one was obviously more complicated. But I analyse the news articles. I go over them with you and with Dave, my AI assistant that I've been Smash It Dave. Some of you will remember that video, Smash It Dave. Fucking amazing. Can someone find that video? Which video was that? It's amazing. I have to include that clip in a highlights thing or something. We were basically breaking down all the claims coming from the Liverpool Clicker journalist. You should only pay. I can't tell you what you should do. I only pay attention to Ornstein and Joyce, right? Joyce, Ornstein, a bit of Fabrizio Romano for shits and giggles if it's to do with agents and that. Rent a tweet. The rest of the journalists, it's no point asking me in the comments, what do you think of this journal? Because I think the rest are all shite, to be honest with you. But we analyse their articles. But more importantly, we analyse the articles from the Northeast, and you will remember me putting on videos, saying Alexander Isak is not for sale unless he is. Stuff like that, meaning like he's not for sale, but maybe money could tempt. That was the vibe coming from the Northeast journalists. I've seen people on the stream last night. A couple of people said, "Oh, Isak's not ambitious because he's not forcing a move. He's not handing in a transfer request." Oh, I strongly disagree with that. What if a player actually respects the club that's giving him an opportunity, and does, you don't necessarily want to just go, burn bridges. It's not all about us guys, Alexander Isak's going to be in the title of this video probably, which will no doubt set the Newcastle fans off on me, you know what I mean? I don't know. I always say I've got a lot of respect for Newcastle and their supporters and that club, and I always want them to do well. When they've been in finals, other than against us, I've always wanted them to win a final, not that they're in many finals, but I've always wanted them to win. I really like Newcastle. There's a city and I like the fans. Of late, I understand they're a bit tetchy about stuff, but they come on here and they just assume I'm like the other numpties making zillions of videos about Isak. So they're a bit defensive, and no doubt they'll be in the comment section on here, which I ain't got time for, to be honest. But, Isak he's never come out, has he, and put an end to the speculation. And I would be thinking that as a Newcastle fan. I'd be thinking, come on, mate, come out and put an end to it. And he hasn't. But he's obviously leaving his options open. And just because he's not going in saying, I want to go to Liverpool, doesn't mean he's not ambitious, right? It just maybe means he's got a bit of respect for the club. And, maybe later he'll say, I really would like that move. I think if I was Isak right now, I'd let it all play out, right? Between the clubs. And then I'd be evaluating what was going on. And the reason I'm making this video, the message I'm trying to give in this video is I'm just trying to answer questions, really. And I'm probably making a complete mess of it. But I think that if we do sign Ekitike, right, suddenly all the content creators and Twitter accounts now think he's the best thing ever. I don't know if you've noticed that. For weeks and months they've been going, he's not very good. He's not much of an upgrade on Nunes. Now he's fucking amazing. But if we do sign him, I wouldn't rule out Isak. I wouldn't, even if it goes past this summer. That's just my general thoughts on it. And to some people who watch my videos, they'll be interested to know that I feel that. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's going to happen. But I don't think Liverpool are playing anyone off here. I really don't. Let me put it another way. If Liverpool sign a striker, right, I don't think that goes, that's it then. We're not going to look for anyone else. I still think Liverpool have got more to do in this window, guys. But there's also the problem of Nunes and Diaz, right? Nunes has got to go. I know many of you are like, give him another chance. We say it every year. He's had an haircut. He looks better now. Maybe he won't be caught offside because his hair won't be flapping everywhere or something. But I think it's time for the boy to move on. I think he'll be a really good player somewhere else where he's the main man, and where he's the first name on the team sheet. I really do think Nunes will be a great player somewhere else. We need that money. And, I think all along that Liverpool were looking at selling Diaz to Barcelona, but Barcelona won't increase their offer. That leaves the door open for Bayern, but Diaz doesn't really want to go there. Those two players, we need to sort them out. And because it affects the transfer kitty immensely. It really does. Now, the Barcelona media, they're saying Liverpool are desperate. I've got to go live in 15 minutes. The Barcelona media are saying that Liverpool are desperate to get rid of those two players. It could help Barcelona get Diaz later in the window because Liverpool want Rodrygo. Now, the Rodrygo situation, in my opinion, I think Liverpool have a strong interest in him. I think they are interested in signing him. I do think that they have got Zahavi, the super agent, if you like, working for Liverpool on that deal in Madrid. And obviously, I've been picking up on things like that here, and I've been relaying that to you. But what I'm going to say about Rodrygo is, if you've missed that, I think Liverpool are not going to go in on Rodrygo like these Twitter twats and whatever want you to think. They've got you imminently signing for us. I don't think that. I think that, like with Wirtz, for example, Liverpool knew how much we were going to pay for him and were willing to go a bit higher and stuff like that because they really, really wanted him. But I think with Rodrygo, that is what that term I'm going to use that you've heard the click say for ages, that opportunistic signing, player available. Real Madrid can't command 100 million euros for him. He's not going to be involved, right? So maybe there's a deal there. If the price is down, I can see Liverpool making that happen. If the price is too high, then I don't see Liverpool putting a lot of effort into it, guys, is what I'm saying. I just don't see that. I don't see them going all out. People were on here yesterday saying Liverpool have gone all out for Rodrygo. I don't believe that. They went all out for Wirtz, but I don't believe that with Rodrygo. That'd have to be like, if we can make it happen on a fucking, that sort of thing. But that could be subject to what happens with Diaz. They need the money. Liverpool are going to have to start selling. So, you know what I mean? So, I know it's not a very interesting video. I don't want to make, I could have probably made 3 or 4 videos out of the contents of this video because I'm talking about different players. But, and that's not how I operate around here. So the reason for the video was the message in this video, or what I'm trying to convey is, even if Liverpool did sign Ekitike, I hope you realise, I'm taking the piss when I say that. That if we do sign him, I don't think Liverpool stop with the attacking recruitment. And I don't think that puts Isak to bed. All right, we'll keep an eye on things. We'll discuss it on the live streams, I'm sure. Now, listen, I want you to have a cracking weekend. Please have a good weekend. Please be safe. Make sure you pull out, fellas, you know what I mean, or else you'll end up with fucking all sorts, well, you know, like babies and things like that. You know, I know when you get to that point and you're like, I will, but you get there, don't you? And you're like, oh, fucking, I've got 2 kids now. Just, you know, put something on it. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's it. Keeping it real on this channel, all right? Oh, no, I don't do things like that these days. Oh, no, fuck that, man. I use more energy putting my fucking socks on in the morning. That's me fucked. When I hear that from upstairs, you know, like, run upstairs and make love to me. I can only do one. Fucking hell. Oh, if there was an ice cream van going past, that'd be different. Can you tell I'm bored? All right, I'm going. Okay, I'll leave it with you. If you, I don't know, found a video slightly interesting, thumbs up the video. If you're a bitch, thumbs it down. Don't make any difference, you know. It don't. It's 1 view, 1 engagement. Google it. You'll see. Drop me a comment. All right. And if you want to get me a beer or a coffee, because my haters hate that when you do that, because they see it and they start crying and everything. Oh, fat scamming bastard. Someone's bought him a coffee. Fucking hell. And I've got to go and work for the living. Well, it's your own fucking stupid fault, innit? All right. I'm off, guys. Have a great weekend. I love you. And you take care. And hopefully we'll catch up real soon. It's a love art under the video. Yeah. Make sure you follow me on social media as well in the video description. All right. We could be friends.